We are Gordon and Carissa, and after a long, eventful, and tiresome week, we are geared up for today's project. That's right, a roof-mounted solar water heating system that only Gordon can explain to you. It's been tiring. Like yesterday, he actually walked in and he had 2 different boots on. And what did you say?
Oh, this one's much more comfortable.
Is
This
it?
one lasts much better.
Today, what's happening today? You've already made a phone call today.
Yes, well, let me say good morning to everyone. It's our morning. I'm not sure what time you're catching this. And we're getting ready to do our projects. This week, we went through the schedule, and as you've seen in some of our prior videos, the church has been working on putting a new roof on. And the weather's getting warm. In fact, we might even get up in the 60s, which is really nice for this time of the year for us. And we're going to switch here in the house projects from the downstairs garage
Not cool.
to a project that's been going on for about 2 years now. And it is a solar water heater system with the vacuum tubes. You know, picked up a good sale, used parts and everything. And then it gets pretty hot in the roof in the summer. And I made it, probably about halfway last year before the temperatures got so high, and then the bees that build their nests all up under the eaves and everything, the white face and everything were buzzing around us.
Yeah. And speaking of bees, Gordon says I have to get rid of this hive. So this is a white-faced wasp's nest that built on our bedroom window. This particular window seal is broken, so it's really cloudy, and I'm sorry. The little white things are their eggs, and it's now March, and so I'll take a picture outside so you can see it, but they were amazing to watch over the summer. They're very attentive to their eggs. They sleep down inside these little grooves. They like cuddle with each other. It's very interesting. But this was started by one group of wasps, and then one day last year, right below here are some tomato plants I have, and there were dead white face all over the ground, and all sorts of others were coming and going. I think one group took out another group, so they're kind of mean, and we're gonna have to take this down. But it was interesting to watch it grow, and they actually did eat some of the bugs that were on our peppers and our eggplant. So that was interesting. They were somewhat helpful, but they're mean, and Gordon wants to work on the roof, so they gotta go.
I gotta put a ladder right in front of this area.
I don't believe there's anything actually in here. I believe that they moved out because when I was pulling up the tomato plants from the tomato area in our other part of the garden, there was a pile of rocks, and they were coming and going from under that pile of rocks. And I was like, oh, they've moved. So I think we're safe today to take this down. I'd like to try and preserve it to take it to church for children's story. I think it's pretty cool. That is just cool. Look at that. One guy didn't make it. But yeah, I don't know how to transport it. I guess I'll stick it in a box with some newspaper kind of supporting it. Well, I see evidence that Gordon is on the roof. This is Gordon's favorite thing to do. So our roofers left us a ladder, which was pretty cool.
Some assembly required.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll show the attachment. Let's see. It well, here's the snow guard attachment.
It's actually just pieces of snow guard. I've got to remove, I don't know if we can see what you're seeing, but I'm going to remove
these old sections they cut off, and I've got to put a piece of pipe in here. And I've got to put a adapter on the end for the PEX down on that end, and an adapter on that end for the PEX down there. Okay, that's it. We'll get to it. Hopefully the next solder joint on both of these stayed cold enough and didn't disconnect. That's part of the reason I was fighting, is I only wanted to get the one joint and didn't want the other one to break free. May have elongated this a little bit, hopefully not. We'll see. I'll try and heat it up, scrape out the big solder, and then hopefully we can get a piece of pipe to go into it. Okay. Got to clean the end of the pipe off before we try to solder it in here. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. I'll put some flux on it. Roof guard. I'm loosening the manifolds so I have a little bit of wiggle room. I don't want to have to take them off to do this. So we'll see. Okay, that should help. Should be able to get that in. I have to put an adapter on that end, and I don't think I'm even going to mess, even though it's not plumb. I think I'm going to let it be because our angle's a little different than what they had. I think I'm going to let it be at that slight different angle. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind when I get over there. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to 90 down a little with a short piece, and then come over so that we're going to have one that's going to run underneath here and then we're going to have that one up there. Evidently, painter's tape applied to copper, exposed to the outside, actually adheres better than I anticipated. I just wanted something to keep mud wasps or anything else from building a nest up inside these things until we were able to finish. I said, oh, painter's tape will make it do a nice job. It'll come off so easy. No, that's not the case here. I usually use cloth when I'm doing this, but I thought it'd be one more thing to drop while I'm up here. Now I'm questioning whether I should have just brought it up because this is taking forever, these things. Do 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 do. The PEX. I just put the PEX adapter on it.
You have it up here?
The PEX?
Yeah.
No. I put the adapter on. The PEX is in the attic.
Oh.
We gotta drill holes out the side of the house and bring it up and... Feels like I have a threaded adapter into this end, which I don't recall what it is. Maybe I'll just cut it off. Maybe I'll see if I have different fittings. I don't really want to go downstairs and look around though. So it might be faster just... We'll see what we get when we get underneath this.
This is our attic. We blew all this insulation.
It's settled down
And
a
it
little
was-
already like it's supposed to. I need to get some of this shielding out of my way here. And we're going to drill a couple holes right in this area in here, out the side of the house.
And so he begins
I forgot to bring a screwdriver up.
the extraction. Like air conditioning, got the hole in.
Sometimes they work themselves out. Got one.
Broke apart inside of it.
No, I went right near the joint in the siding.
Ah. There we go. Hole number 2. So is that actual log or is that a siding that you're taking?
Hold on.
What happened?
Hold that.
Yep.
I've got to find the drill bit.
Oh no.
It's gone into the
In the
cellulose.
cellulose, that actually could be the deal. Oh, you're touching it. Oh, you're gonna itch all day. Oh my word. Hun.
Haven't found it yet.
Oh no. You're funny. The cellulose? Yeah. That bit is not. It went right to the bottom, didn't it? Was it on the very, very bottom?
Pretty much.
Oh my word. That's so funny. There we go.
Okay, drill.
Drill.
Let's try and not have that happen again.
Yeah. I don't feel any of that air.
No, you won't feel much. Okay, you can take the drill. Try not to drop it. It will be
It'll
hard
disappear.
to find. It'll be hard to find.
All right.
And let's bring that bag back over and set it on the walkway. I don't think we're going to need the bag. We might need the talc powder. That'll be it.
Okay. Talc is right here.
I found this trick when we were up here last time. If I put some powder inside the end here, you probably can't see, but I'm putting
Yep. Yep, we can say.
in there.
That's a lot of smoke.
And then we're going to use that to help it slide onto the end.
Sorry, I'm falling. Oh wow, look at that.
It would have slid possibly without it, but this does make it slide much easier.
So this pipe will go through the holes you just drilled into a gray PVC, is it a PVC pipe conduit, right?
Yeah.
And then attached to the manifolds up on the stanchions on the roof. And then eventually the vacuum tubes will be hooked up to the manifolds. And then we charge the system with antifreeze
With the antifreeze mixture.
mixture.
Yeah,
All right. I kind of sounded like I knew what I was talking about, right?
you certainly know what you're talking about.
So this is some sort of a foil tape.
Yep, just a foil tape. I'm trying to seal all the joints because my assumption is that, like a house or anything else, a draft is the fastest way to lose heat. So we're going to try and keep these nice and snug and tight, and then seal them up so there's no drafts getting to the pipe itself.
Alrighty.
I know, exciting stuff.
Did this pipe insulation have a slit, or did we not open it yet?
I did not open the slit. That's why we slid it from the end. I don't want to have to tape up any slits.
You have to cut it, right? Like it won't just open up on its own.
Yeah, this one is pre-slit, but you really have to usually have to kind of cut it to get it open.
Okay.
Okay, how far out of the house is that going to get us? Do we want to do another one now or outside? I think that's going to get us far enough outside the house to deal with the next one up there.
Okay.
So
Wait, does that mean I have to do it up on the ladder?
No, you'll hand it up to me on the roof,
Okay.
and I'll do it on the roof.
Okay. Well, that would be way more comfortable than in this very hot attic.
Yeah, exactly.
How can I help you? I feel very
We're gonna try to get
useless.
this out of the house.
Okay. Try and turn it.
Trying to hold it so the crack is open.
Wow, how'd you get it to float like that?
Oh, that's because I'm using the force. When you cut a piece of pipe, you end up with all these burrs on the end. And on plumbing, those burrs catch hair and food and then your toilet paper and then a pipe gets plugged. Well, this is not plumbing, but we're going to be sliding that insulation through this pipe. And I don't want to holding us up. So I'm scraping them off.
What are we doing?
Those are going to go into the house. We're going to keep the pipe in this so it keeps it nice, straight, and clean looking. We'll slide the pipe into the insulation, and we'll slide the insulation with the pipe in it through that, and that should keep it nice and protect. I don't know how UV resistant this is, but this should be good for the sun, and that should give us something. But when this comes through the house here, I don't want this pipe becoming a conduit for water to come into the house.
Oh.
So I'm going to drill a weep hole here.
Yeah.
So if any water gets into it, and we're going to actually have this come out of the house slightly tipped a little. I'm exaggerating, but just need a little bit slight tip. And that way we'll have a weep hole on the bottom, so if any water does get in there, it'll drain out here, and the house is back here somewhere. So I'm going to drill those holes now. We just got to make sure when we put the pipes in that we have the holes on the bottom.
You're not doing that in here.
Okay, I'll go to the flat porch.
Yeah.
The hole to be so close that it goes inside the sleeve. You know, like I don't want the hole here, because when it slides in, it will just get buried.
Oh, I see.
So I need the hole near the end. But not. So we'll just kind of do it like this. That's the maximum. I'll just mark it over on this side. And we'll put the hole right down there. So when we put these pipes up, we want to make sure that those holes
Or
end up
down.
in the down position.
Okay. Are we using any type of glue with this particular setup?
I don't think we're gonna really need to. I'm gonna lap all the joints, because they're like these, so that they'll be in the downward position, so water will basically want to run out.
All right.
If I feel like they're not staying together, we can glue stuff. But
This is pretty cool. I feel like we've got a shot at getting that one line run, the return, and getting these in place today.
we'll find out. This could be extremely difficult. Making sure we don't have anything sticking up so that the water doesn't catch on the burrs from the drill inside there.
Yeah, there's a lot of shade and sun, and I'm not sure what can be seen.
Well, see the burrs here? I'm
Yeah.
just cutting those off. I don't worry about the outside. The water will just collect on those and drip off, which is
Yeah.
fine. But on the inside, I don't want the surface tension to keep it from going out the hole. I was thinking, I mean, I could try and get it, but it'd be very difficult. I'd have to cut the pipe insulation, right?
Yeah.
Back a little bit. And then if I had a cap, I could glue the cap on and then have a hole drilled in the end, the right side for the pecs. Then we'd slide this down and we'd have the insulation pushed, and that would make that the water would have to build up that high before it would leak into the house. I might actually look for one. Yeah, I might. Well, I didn't have any caps, but in the future, if we do find any water drains through there, I could actually kind of notch a cap and cup it, and then I could kind of cut the insulation back. It's flexible enough I'll be able to pull some space open in it, slide it up in, and glue it, and it will be glued like that, so the pipe would have to get severely full before it would come through. And being that there's really no place that water should be getting into this, I don't think it's going to be an issue. All right, let's go see what we can put together.